Gentlemen, welcome back to the maintenance bay. Say hi, Rocky.
Hi.
Okay, so we don't mess this up for tomorrow. Because I'm going to forget this, so I got to film this. I'm going to be tired. So, from the bathrooms, which have 220 only, we're going to run the 220 inverter to run 110 out, which we're not using right now. This also means we're going to have to run the 220 inverter out there, run it off the extension cord to run this amp. Because this is 220 only. So, yeah, that does happen. I'm glad I bought that. No, I found that when we were moving. Someone threw it away. I don't remember what I did to fix it. But it works. And it puts out 220. That amp we're not going to need. So we're taking... So my... Woo, that thing's going to fall over. So my bass is going into the auxiliary in. Your guitar is getting split signal with the mic into the input. Then we're running the splitter to run both the main drivers. And yeah, I think that's it. Did I forget anything?
If you did, I wouldn't know.
No, I think we're good. I think that gives us everything. What a nightmare. Okay, once more for a second time. So to get volumes right on every, yeah, it has been close to 2 hours. Okay. Guitar and bass feeding into the input. Mic feeds into this amp. Headphone jack out feeds to the auxiliary in, because without the amp boosting the signal level, the mic's too quiet. And then backup mic will feed through this. And yeah, two main drivers are still fed through the splitter out the back of the bodged in switch.
Keep going.
No, I think that's it. I think we're good.
I'm making a video of you making a video
No.
of this.
Well, this one's gonna go on YouTube, so.
Oh, okay.
So yes, I think we're good.
This is the monstrosity. I mean, creation.
Musicians and electricians everywhere are losing their minds
I'm losing my mind.
at how much junk is wired and run everywhere.
It's kind of a lot.
Okay, levels, gain, we're gonna call that 3 even, volume 2 1/4, treble 3, bass 3. Backup mic, everything's maxed. Because why not? Rumble 40. Volume on half, gain is at half. I haven't even messed with these, although we could. I just fed all the bass up. Took your treble all the way out. That's what it sounds like when we normalize or neutral all the levels. Except we can't base anything up on this because it'll base the guitar too. Okay. Yeah, everything's neutral on that. So they took the bongo this morning, left us with no vehicle, so we're driving everything over there with a forklift. Why? Because we don't let things fail, even when it's a fail. So today's update. Transistors got way too warm, and this is the only way we're keeping this thing at full volume and not frying it.
Yep.
So it turns out I fried it. Actually, I didn't fry it, but I did break it. So what we did was, because we ran this thing at pretty much its maximum output, trying to run those big R112 drivers, the transistors, these switching transistors we're using as the amplifier, that's the actual amplification, got way too hot. And if you require too much, if the drivers try to draw too much current, in other words, this thing's only willing to produce, say these transistors are only willing to produce 10 amps, right? But I'm trying to draw 15 through them, then these will permanently get damaged, and I think that is what we did. The amp was still functioning all right. It was hard to tell if there's a tone difference because we were out in the field. What I did do is break this diode off, and this diode sits adjacent to this one right here. Now I can't find this exact diode anywhere consulting the Oracle. So I'm going to try and solder this guy back in and still get it to mount to the heatsink. I don't know how successful I'm going to be at that. If not, I'm going to try and track down the power supply board. And I can't not have this because this diode is part of our rectifier, which is where we're switching that AC current into DC current. So this is kind of necessary for this thing to work. But other than that, the date worked out just fine. Everything worked the way we wanted it to. Using the fan kept this thing cool. After that, there was no issues whatsoever. So it'll be something I look at in the future. But I am finally going to cave in and just buy a mixer board and an external amplifier dedicated, so I can keep this as my stage amp and not have to worry about using this to try and push the bigger